Okay guys, let's now move on to the next topic, which is e-commerce, then shop notifications. Now by default, you will see a shop notification configuration here already, because like I said before, we want everything to be seamless on your side with a few setups so that you could go up and running, or your business would go up and running already. So this is the immediate configuration that we have here. So if we click this one, by the way, there are two tabs here, which is customer notifications and shop admin notifications. One is for your customer, the setup for your customer when they order from you, and the other is the setup from us, Pro Elkan, to you. So this is the configuration of the notification that will happen initiated by by the order of your customer, forwarded and known by Pro Elkan, which will then trigger a notification from us to you, the owner of the store. So let's go first to the customer notifications, and then let's edit here so that we will be able to see. So there are tons of notification on this one, but it's just very simple if you just go on to every detail in here. So let's consider first the four tabs here: SMS, email, Messenger or Instagram, and then webhooks. So that's another great thing. So here we have notification name, and then the event type of the setting, wherein this is all about the processing of the order. For example, the order immediately, if it is a purchase, or basically the method is a manual wherein you need first to confirm if the transfer of the cash or the payment is really legitimate, then that's the time when you change this order event types. But you're not going to change that here. This is the settings for it. If the setting is on hold, then therefore this is the specific template that, or the specific SMS, email, messenger, or webhook action that will be done. So the reason why this is already pre-configured is that there is some information here that needs a little bit of thought so that you could be able to launch this. But since we've already configured this for you by default, then you don't have to think about this anymore. Just let it run all throughout. By the way, this is what they will receive. If this is an SMS, then the customer will receive, "Hi, Joe. This is from the store name, which is Pro Elkan product store. Then thanks, we received your order, and the order items is below, and we are going to ship it at this address with a total amount payable of this one." So that's for it. If you have configured other stuff here, then therefore it will just show there. Now the notification receiver will be the customer. So this, you have to bear in mind that the tab we went through is for the customer, not the admin, which is why this is on the customer. And then here are some notification medium, which is similar to this one. And the reason why webhooks here are grayed out because we haven't activated it. So there you go. You can trigger a webhook. For example, you are using Integromat, you can just add the webhook here. So that's another amazing tool because you can really do a lot of stuff already with a lot of flexibility using webhooks. So message variable, here are the variables that you can use here. So okay, use custom sender ID is something that we discussed before in the SMS marketing part, which is like a specific string of characters that will identify your business, that is who you are, compared to when other people are texting you, that you will be able to see only phone number. So that's for the SMS notification. Email notification. Now the great thing about email notification is that this is the immediate email they will receive after they order. So it's not like before that when somebody provides you an order, what you're gonna do is draft an invoice for them. Then after they draft an invoice, and after you draft an invoice for them, you will send it via email. In the case of Pro Elkan, everything is done already. It's just going to execute itself. Now, what you're gonna do is just edit it to your preference. So let's say you want to add an image here of the logo of your company. And if you're a service-based, then therefore you can add some other stuff here. And It's just it's just gonna be based on your preference on what you will be adding here. So that's the email footer basically here, red center, and you can just play around with that. Now, by the way, we have already added before in the e-commerce setup creation this email, but you can always still change the emails in here. So if that's the thing that you want to do, then therefore you can do that. Now here, by the way, this is also important because this is gonna be Pro Elkan products, which is the sender name here. If you are going to go to our Gmail before, what that will look like is this one. So instead of Pro Elkan support or info, what you will be able to see, what your clients will be able to see is the Pro Elkan products, or basically the name of your sender here, which is your store, or it depends on what you want them to be able to see by configuring here. So apart from that, it can be also, apart from being a single email, you can provide an email flow. For example, after one day they receive this, you can do a follow-up email just in case they already received the item, asking for a review. So that's already a great thing because you won't have to ask for things manually anymore. You can just add a flow here. Now let's go to Messenger and Instagram settings. Now, if they opted in as a subscriber, then they will receive a notification coming from your page, which is something that is great as well. Now, for example, here is the sender receipt, then therefore you just created an invoice within what is messenger receipt. Now, basically we go that, you don't need to go that because that is in a complicated instruction by Facebook, but basically this is what they will receive as a confirmation. Now, it came to my part that some time ago, a specific politician ordered from me, and even though at that time I wasn't, actually the order was canceled at that time because at that time he thought he never ordered from me, which basically he just forgot because I didn't have notifications before, which hampered my sales on that time because that was a good bulk of sales item ordered by a politician, but the politician forgot about his order and telling me that I was a scammer, so something like that. So you do not have to experience something like that and something that happened to me. Basically, everything will be used here for your business so that you won't have to go through those valleys or the problems that I've experienced before. So here we can actually do the same thing, which is in the similar setting with email, which is single messenger, or it's going to be sent on a flow. So that's another great thing. If after a day, 3 days, or 1 week, you can follow up with them. But by the way, if you're going to use this flow, you should have a OTN for it that the user approved of. So that's it for the shop notifications for the customer side. Let's go back, shop notifications from the admin side. So the template is similar, and everything actually is similar, but the only difference is that this is coming from Pro Elkan instead of going to your client. So it's just the same thing. So if you see the email here, this is coming from us, so I would suggest that you don't change it, and sender name here, basically you don't need to change that as well. Or if, like I've said earlier, if it's your preference to change anything else here, it will be based on what you want to achieve. So that's all for the shop notifications, and I'll see you on the next video.